Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Anmar on GTA 5 launching, well, Mr. Bean's Mini a very, very long way. Now I know the spinny blades on the Arena War cars do launch stuff around. I've never seen a launch quite like that. That is, Robot Wars would be proud of that particular one. Mike is up next on GTA 5. Now this is a modded version, running BMW M5 very quickly down the motorway. When things go a little bit wrong, a bit too much speed over this crest gets the car airborne. It comes down awkwardly, pings off the railing, and then it's many a spiral towards the next road. Does amazingly land it. It's actually a pretty good landing, all things considered. A Creation Lord on Halo 2 up next with a grunt and a big old explosion and a tumbly rolly Warthog. It bounces off the wall and lands somewhere it shouldn't be. Yep, definitely not supposed to get up there. I mean, Warthogs are quite well known for their pinging around, but that's still a seriously large number of rolls, and then you can kind of drive around up where you shouldn't. It does eventually fall off, but still, that's a hell of a roll, and survive it as well. Pretty good going. Down Under Thunder is up next on BeamNG Drive, taking a drag cart for a spin. Well, quite literally for a spin, actually. It doesn't quite get the launch right. He's losing control as he gets a tank slapper down the road. Can't gather it all back up, and then something weird happens. As they bury the throttle to, well, I guess try to do something, notice it starts spinning. So, well, it keeps going out of curiosity, really, at this point, because it is going rather quickly, to say the least. In fact, it goes so quickly it tears itself apart in a way that I've not really seen very much. Yeah, this tears itself apart to the point where the engines actually come out. Yeah, that's not even the engine there, that's bits of the exhaust and the turbos, I think, and possibly the air filters. That's the main bit of the engine that has been flung clear from the car. The flat 6 is a long, long way down the road. Yeah, that's some serious forces going on. That's some serious forces going on indeed. You know, I don't see quite an engine flung that far from a car, but there we go. Bobby up next is on Forza Horizon 3, driving one of the big sort of Baja off-road racing trucks. They head out of one of the festival sites. There's a train in the way of where they wanted to go. Think, screw it, it's trying to go, well, tries to go through the gap in between some carriages. Works better than anybody ever expected, however, does get stuck, and then physics has decided, you know what, you've had enough, gets spat out, and then rolls off a bridge. Does land on the wheels, though, again, to carry on their journey. You're not supposed to be able to drive between the carriages of the train. It's just that shouldn't work. Nightdrive is up next on NFS Prostreet with a nice high-speed race. Now, many things can go wrong with these races. It's easy to make mistakes with these races. Sometimes it's the AIs, though, that gets things wrong. Up ahead, there is a big old accident over this jump. Someone goes for a ride. A couple of cars go for a roll in front of everybody, and it's just stamp on the brakes and try and avoid. The Golf gets launched up and carried over. Not many cars get out of that without some form of damage, it is safe to say. Yeah, those races are dangerous. They certainly are. Milk Tea Without Bubbles up next on Race Room is doing what is a more sensible, you know, sort of race, driving around Suzuka with a TCR car, I think this is, when corner's just a little bit too much. It's just a little bit too much curb, and over goes the Cupra. You wouldn't necessarily expect, I mean, it's not the biggest curb in the world, and it's not like a crazy stupid line either. Maybe cuts a little bit too much to the inside, but it's just enough to bounce the car up onto its side, and once it's gone, it rolls into the gravel trap, digs in, goes for a roll. Would probably have rolled more had it not ended up hitting the tyre bundle and bouncing back down onto its wheels. And there we go. We're up next on to Burnout Paradise with an AI car that's forgotten how to path. I don't know where it's going. It's driving on the wrong side of the road. It's then kind of going off towards some street furniture, and then we're just going to bounce along the wall? Sure, why not? Perfectly normal line for that. Timmy is up next on Street Legal Racing. Redline has just crossed the finish line, having completed and having won a race. The race went all fairly normal. The car's quite a nice muscle car got going on here. So they turn around, and I think I head back to try another race. As they set off, first of all, the front bumper falls off. Okay, a little bit weird. This is Street Legal. Sometimes things like that happen. That's fine. Head back towards the start line, and something else gets hit. And that breaks everything. Front wheel's gone, engine's gone, the entire front of the chassis is completely and utterly wrecked. That's a quick way to spend a lot of money fixing that. RJB up next on Train Simulator, where now there's a crash between these two trains. Now this is I'd say fairly standard, fairly normal. They bump into each other at a bit too much speed and everything falls off the train tracks. Okay, that's what we were expecting to see happen. the thing that we weren't expecting to see happen as they fly over to investigate is the sudden goodbye to to the large number of carriages. I don't know why they decided to go to space, but apparently their planet very much needed them. BS Raven is the final clip of the day on the original Gran Turismo. Now they're doing I presume like an endurance race of some sort. Either way, it's a lot of laps around here, and the cars have to take a pit stop, or maybe multiple, I don't know. The AIs, however, don't quite know how the pit lane works, so while the player is comfortably leading the race here, the AIs have tried to make pit stops. But it looks actually the pit lane might be closed and they wanted to make it. I don't quite know. Regardless, they can't get into the pit lane. They wanted to, they can't. They're all stuck along the start-finish straight, frantically trying to get into the pit lane, and it's not happening. Collisions a little bit weird. Let's not forget, this is a very, very old game going on. Is that a Mazda 323 race car? Hold on. Go back. Have a look at the Castrol-looking one. That's a 323. I didn't know there was a 323 race car. I mean, the others make some sort of sense. Okay, I got distracted by the Mazda, but yes, the AI, even on Gran Turismo 1, they could still do some derpy things, and in this case, it's trying to get in. You're not going to get through that wall into the pit lane. You're definitely not. Yeah, that's definitely a 323 as well. The player can just drive off and continue. Quite a straightforward win, really, when no one can get into the pit lane properly. It does look like the pit lane's closed, and they're wanting to do a pit stop. But there we go. That is the AI for you sometimes. Either way, that is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There will be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.